Though the money has to go on either Chiyo Taikai or Asasekiryu. Well, these are the banners outside the Kokugikan, the sumo stadium. Each of the banners has got a wrestler's name on it. That's Tochiazuma there, Kaiho next to it, Chiyo Taikai, Asasekiryu. Flutter in the wind. And it's back to our bouts. Day 12. First of our bouts between Wakanoyama of the Masashigawa stable, one of the 53 stables, which all wrestlers belong to. Stables have a certain amount of autonomy. They are directed overall by the Sumo Association. So here fighting Asasekiryu, who tries to jump up. But Wakanoyama follows him up, but Asasekiryu is digging in there, driving Wakanoyama to the edge. Quite a low posture, opens up again, shoves his stomach forward, and then just nudges Wakanoyama over the edge. 6th win for Asasekiryu. He's the youngest man in this division. He's only 21 years old. So 6th win for him, which gives him the same score as he had in the previous Basho, which was 6 wins. But still a chance for him to get Kachikoshi or more wins than losses. Now Iwakiyama fights Kotoryu. These two have never met before. Kotoryu's got 7 wins. If he can win this one, that will give him Kachikoshi and move him up the rankings a bit. He's Maigasho at 10, needs to be a bit higher than that for safety. Now they're both locked in tight. Iwakiyama's some 20-30 kilos heavier than Kotoryu. So in these close encounters in the middle of the sumo ring, it's the weight that's counts a lot. It saps the strength of the lighter wrestler. Kotoryu's got that overarm grip with his right hand. We've seen him use that one before. He'll try the overarm grip, and then from that into the overarm throw. Wakayama's right hand, he can't quite reach it. Kotoryu hangs on there. At some point we expect him to try that movement round to one side. There's the start of it. There's the pressure on the arm, and down he goes. Well, that was predictable, that one, but Iwakiyama was unable to stop it. So Kotoryu wins that one. That's his 8th win, and Kachikoshi, and a win with uwatenage. Asanowaka. When he usually slams into the opponent and immediately follows up with the sidestep. Here fighting Tamarikido, there's the slam. No sidestep, so change of pattern for him. He's just staying in close. And he's trying that rocking movement from side to side, but he can't shake off Tamarikido. Didn't put up with any of that nonsense, just kept moving forward, and eventually Asanowaka forced out over the edge of the ring. So yorikiri win for Tamarikido. Gojoro, 5 names 5 castle towers. Fights Yotsukasa, which most of the Japanese fans can't read. Written with a couple of obscure characters. So, after a full start, it's 2 hands down again. As Gojoro goes for a double throat thrust, and from there 2 hands round the waist, from throat to waist. And that's all it takes, a couple of steps, and it's Yotsukasa who gets nudged over the edge. Otsukasa now, fighting Aminishiki. This Aminishiki is the lightest man in the division, 24 years old. He'll go down in sumo history as the last man to beat Takanohana. So Aminishiki goes for the throat first of all, so he's got his hand on the throat, Otsukasa's throat, but Otsukasa frees himself from that, but Aminishiki follows up with a quick drive forward, and that forces Otsukasa out. So 8th win, Aminishiki and Kachikoshi. So a good basho for him. Same score as he had last time, 8 wins, but there's a few more fights to go for him yet. Now Toki, Mr. Fighting Fangs. That's Miyabiyama. Just elegant mounting. Instead of Miyabiyama, I think by Akinoshima that he had a soft face that looked as though it had never been slapped. And from then on, everybody wanted to have a go at slapping his face. Didn't seem to have affected it that much. So Miyabiyama weathers that one. And that takes him to 8 wins, and Kachikoshi Toki notching up his 4th loss. Hokutoriki tends to do a lot of the forward pull throws. And here fighting Jumonji. They fought each other twice before, each has won once. Jumonji chasing him round the ring. But will Hokutoriki reverse direction and pull him forward? Jumonji tries a lift then, tries another lift, pushes him forward to the edge. Hokutoriki gets away from the edge, back to the centre again. And now back to the edge again. Both wrestlers almost sideways on, but it's Hokutoriki now who's got his back to the ring. And back to the centre again. But it's Jumonji there who, at that end of that run, who drives forward and takes Hokutoriki out. So that was 8th loss for Hokutoriki, and Makikoshi for him. Well, his previous basho he had 10 wins, so that's a drop, really. 7th win for Jumonji. You get some idea of how hard the thrusts are that these wrestlers do, because they practice these thrusts on that heavy post in the, not only here in the Kokugikan, but in their own stable. So the hands get very hard, and they'd knock a normal man's head off, the amount of weight they put behind it. And there's a hierarchy in the changing room. It's the yokozuna, the higher ranks, that occupy one end. They're of course surrounded by their attendants at Skebito. Now Takanonami against Kasugao. This man's only in his 3rd basho, so he's never met Takanonami before. Takanonami, I suspect, will wrap him up pretty easily with the amount of experience he's got. Kasugao tries a Kubinagi there, and then you see how dangerous it is. One of the judges there got whacked in his face, and Takanonami really finished him off there. Had him going out the ring anyway, but he made sure with a huge shove right at the end that whacked one of the judges and landed in a couple of the spectators' laps. I suspect that spectators in Japan would find it difficult to sue any of these people if they did get seriously injured. It's a kind of accepted risk, really, when you come to sumo. Now it's Buyuzan against Tochinonada. Buyuzan driving out hard and fast, but Tochinonada just manages to turn him around, twist him a bit, gets round behind. And from behind, it's when the other wrestlers from behind, it's virtually impossible to resist the push. So that was oshidashi by Tochinonada, gives him his 7th win, 3rd loss for Buyuzan. Well, this one promises to be interesting. Both of these wrestlers are from the same amateur stable, the Nichidai. Takamisakari against Kaiho. Kaiho, light, fast. These two would have known each other in amateur days. Takamisakari's got 7 losses. If he loses this one, that makes 8 losses, and Makikoshi, Kaiho there, very eager to get across that ring quickly. He's going like mad. So that's a head-banging start. Kaiho locks in tight, fights hard, keeps driving into Takamisakari's chest, and almost drops down, but it's Takamisakari who treads out first. Let's watch that one again. There's Kaiho going hard and fast. Watch the feet. Well, touch and go there. Could have been Kaiho. You could see the touchdown first. You can see Takamisakari looking around at the Gyoji as if to say, well, you know, what's going on there? Wasn't it me? So that was Makikoshi for Takamisakari. Now we have Kyokushuzan against Tosanoumi. Tosanoumi now has got Makikoshi. He will drop out of the Sanyaku division, and that's another loss for him. He's not doing at all well. 9th loss for him, 6th win for Kyokushuzan with a very straight slap down as Tosanoumi charged out. That was sumo to order, as they say, Chumonzumo, which means you anticipate fully what the other guy's going to do and you have the correct technique ready for it. Another Mongolian, Kyokutenho, he's got 7 wins. If he wins this one, that's Kachikoshi for him. They're fighting Tamanoshima. They fought 6 times. Kyokutenho's won 5 of them. That makes it 6 times. Gets out of the way of Tamanoshima's push, final push. There's the start. Not exactly a head-banging start, but there's the push down on the back of the neck by Kyokutenho as he jumps to one side, and Tamanoshima bites the dust. So he's known as Tenho in the sumo world. They miss out the Kyoku bit. Let's call him Tenho. Well, there's quite a lot of tension build up in the preparation rooms. They've of course got videos, links to what's going on outside. They can see what's happening with the various bouts. Now, these two have fought 17 times before. Musoyama has won 11 of those bouts. This is Musoyama. Wakanosato's only won 6 of them. Musoyama said recently that he wants to wrestle recklessly without hesitation. Well, let's see if he does that. Reckless without hesitation. It's a little bit nervous against Wakanosato. Wakanosato eager to go, but it's Musoyama who crosses the ring ahead of him, and it's the overarm grip that forces Wakanosato down. So that was 6th win for Musoyama, 5th loss for Wakanosato. And there's the pushes and the push down, and that's the end of Wakanosato. Tochiazuma on his way out. He'll be fighting Asasekiryu on the last bout of day 12. Now, one of the things that Asasekiryu gets criticised for is the bow to the ring that he gives when he enters and leaves. Sometimes a little bit of a casual one. He needs to improve his general etiquette, but he's pretty new at the game. He'll learn it. The sumo bosses will make sure he learns it. Now it's Kaiho against Kotonowaka. These two have fought 26 times previously. Kaiho's won 19 of them. Kotonowaka, a slow fighter. Never really been up near the top, near the Ozeki, or even a candidate for Yokozuna. Kaiho, of course, has. He's won 3 championships, 3 Basho. They crash into each other. It's a lot of weight whacking in. They're both 170 kilos plus, and it's the overarm throw, the overarm grip of Kaiho that translates into the overarm throw, and down went Kotonowaka. 9th win for Kaiho. And there's the opening. The two bodies crash into each other. 340 kilos combined weight there. Kaiho's got that overarm grip. We can see it there, and you see a perfect example of how it works. Pressure goes down on Kotonowaka's arm, and where the arm goes, the rest of the body follows. So some prize money for Kaiho. Chio Taikai once had an image. His image was the bad boy of sumo. He was a bit of a delinquent in his youth, did a lot of karate. But once he got into sumo, that was the making of him. These two have met 18 times in the past. That's Chio Taikai's stable boss. once known as Chiyonofuji, the great Chiyonofuji. Chiyotakai is aiming for Yokozuna promotion, but he needs to get at least 13 wins. He's used up 2 of his lives. He's got 2 losses. Dejima tries to jump up there, but doesn't get him anywhere, and he slips and gets pulled down by Chiyotakai. Let's watch that one again. So there's the jump and the attempt at a pull down by Dejima. Then he comes pushing back into Chiyotakai and loses his balance, and down he goes. So there's the pull down. There's the fight back. Then there's the pull down from Chiyotakai. If you look at Chiyotakai's forehead, he's got some pretty scarred looking forehead. When they go head to heads, they aim to hit the forehead, forehead to forehead. Now it's Asasekiryu receiving the assistance from the previous winning wrestler, in this case Chiyotakai. These two have fought each other 8 times, which is not a lot, and each has won 4 times, so it's pretty even. But Tochiazuma is off form. His last basho, he set it out completely. The one before that, he had to retire after no wins and 6 losses. So he's had a pretty ropey past 6 months. And in this tournament, he's had 6 wins. Asasekiryu's had 10 wins. So let's see how this one works out. Should be short and sharp. Tochiazuma comes out first. Takes the fight to Asasekiryu. Asasekiryu is blocking off the arms, fights back, starts to drive Tochiazuma to the edge, chases him all the way, and as a single thrust sends him over the edge. That's Yokozuna class there, dealing with the Ozeki ranked Tochiazuma. Let's watch that one again. But it was evens to start with, but Asasekiryu just stands there and knocks the arms out the way, just pushing the arms. You can see the control of the arms. Then he starts to move. Gets Tochiazuma on the run, hands on the chest, drives him towards the edge. There's some bigger thrusts, a couple of good pushes there, and Tochiazuma goes over the edge. So too cautious by far, Tochiazuma, but he's had a rough half a year or more. So Asasekiryu, 11 wins and 1 loss.